Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And well, today, despite me not being an Arsenal fan, I'm a Manchester United fan. It's come to my attention that Arsenal fans are in for another miserable season this Premier League, which is sad. It really is, because this could have all been avoided by one man, Arsene Wenger. In the eyes of many, one of their most successful managers, beside Sir Alex Ferguson, obviously, because Sir Alex Ferguson won the Champions League. He won almost everything. But Arsene Wenger came pretty close to winning almost everything, except winning the Champions League or the League Cup. But that's not my point today. My point is, I am going to be discussing why Arsene Wenger will, not might, but will regret his decision for staying with Arsenal and not retiring. Because if you didn't know, for new football fans out there, basically last year was one of Arsenal's worst seasons, and I double checked this because I wanted to double just to see, but Arsenal actually had the same amount of points as they did the season prior to last season when they came second and ended up coming fifth. So in a sense, it's not really Arsenal's fault. It's more of the fault of the fact that everyone else around them is getting better. So, and obviously whenever you say that, you have to point the finger at someone, and obviously the finger is pointed at Arsene Wenger, who over the past few years has been really stubborn. Until recently, and by recently I mean like past 2 seasons where he signed, or 3 seasons where he signed Alexis Sanchez and also Lacazette, Arsenal have been very stagnant and hesitant when it comes to signing players such as like big stars that they needed. Like they're always linked with signing someone like Benzema. Like the newspapers always love linking that. And I remember when they were linked to signing Pogba, but they just never would. And it's not because of financial issues. It's like they just didn't want to. They wanted to save money. Arsenal have been very unwilling to spend when you've got teams like Manchester United spending 89 million on Pogba, and then I believe it was 93 million on Lukaku. Yeah, 93 million on Lukaku, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I can't remember how much they spent, even though it was like a few months ago. After hearing Neymar's one, it was like I completely forgot about Lukaku. But point is, they spent a lot of money, and the rest have spent money recently. Mkhitaryan, they even spent quite a big contract, even though he came for free. They still had to pay a huge contract for Zlatan Ibrahimovic in order to be contenders. Now, last year that wasn't the case; they weren't really contending, but that's because it was like a sort out season. They were trying to fill out the team, see what clicks, see what doesn't. This year, they're proving that at the start of this year, anyways, they're proving that they're ready to go and that they are contending. They're going to be winning even more than last year. Even because last year they won 3 trophies. Sure, in some people's eyes are meaningless, but they're still trophies either way. So, if just in the eyes of Arsenal fans, they're watching teams such as Manchester United spending a fortune, but then getting loads of trophies in return. Or Chelsea when they're spending on players like Hazard, Costa, and then you realize that they've won 3 Premier League trophies, or some also in the span of about 5 years, which is crazy. And then you've got Arsenal, who ever since they moved to the Emirates, they've always sold their best players. Thierry Henry sold to Barcelona. Patrick Vieira, I believe, went to Inter Milan. Fabregas went to Barcelona before going to Chelsea. Van Persie went to Manchester United. It makes no sense in the eyes of any football fan, let alone Arsenal football, because you're selling your best players, and in return, you're not getting any value out of the players that you're buying. Buying young, successful. When you're paying for young players, it's a risk. They might just be failures. They might be busts. Like Abu Diaby, he always seems to get injured. Jack Wilshere gets injured, quite a bit, and then he got sold. Aaron Ramsey is kind of an injury-prone guy. Like you're risking your players. Like you're risking your money on players that you can't trust will be there day in day out. Sure, paying for players like Ibra is ridiculous. Not Ibra, but Pogba is ridiculous sometimes in the financial sense. But when it comes to the ultimate goal of winning and winning trophies and cups, it makes sense. I mean, look at Manchester United. They won the Community Shield, they won the League Cup, and most importantly, the Europa League, which ended up getting them a spot in the Champions League automatically. As for Arsenal, the only success that they've earned is winning the FA Cup and Community Shield repeatedly in the past 3 years, which isn't exactly something to be proud of. Because the FA Cup means nothing. I mean, you can keep on winning it, you're getting medals, but you're not earning something. And Arsene Wenger has really grown this culture of being a really relaxed manager as well. Where if you look at just how the players are, especially Mesut Ozil, he seems like he doesn't care. I remember watching when they were at Old Trafford, it was Manchester United versus Arsenal last season. Manchester United were dominating Arsenal in possession. They should have won the game. And it was unfortunate that Drew just came and just brought everything. But when you've got, it was just like an utter domination. And you've got players like Mesut Ozil walking around on the field, and it's like, how did you make me wonder how we didn't win? How we only got a draw out of facing Arsenal, for crying out loud. I mean, it's Arsenal. Who they got? Olivier Giroud, the slowest player in the Premier League.
Security! Oh, who made you security? Damn them, damn you, and damn them all!
Who else have they got? Mesut Ozil. He doesn't even care. And I feel sorry for Alexis Sanchez, who should have left and wanted to leave because, well, I mean, come on. That utter failure. He came from Barcelona, a winning team, to go to what would be a contending team if they didn't keep losing and drawing against pointless teams, such as Stoke. Now, at first I wasn't going to make this video because at the time of the recording, it's the international break is over. We've just finished and we're going to go back to regular action. And so it's probably going to be uploaded after that, after the first games of the international break. And well, I wasn't going to make this video yet, but after the 4-0 annihilation of Liverpool, I just had to. Because after seeing that and then seeing what was trending on YouTube, instantly what grabbed my eye was Arsenal Fan TV. And it seems like every time Arsenal fans seem to always complain about how Arsenal play. And it never seems to be addressed by Arsene Wenger. It always feels like they don't care. It's like, oh, we'll get them next time. We tried our best or something, some pointless crap or something like that. And it's ridiculous really for Arsenal fans. So it's sad how the reason why you're not winning is because you've got a manager who won't even try and make his team better. He's happy with failing and tanking just so that he can get a Champions League spot, which isn't good enough. Like for Manchester United, if So Alex Ferguson just settled with a Champions League spot. He would have not lasted 20 years with Manchester United. He would have only lasted like 5 years, 10 max. No, Arsenal. The reason why Arsene Wenger is still allowed to stay is only because he won the Invincibles. Well, he didn't win the Invincibles. He won the Premier League Championship, and that season the team of Arsenal were known as the Invincibles. But it's just ridiculous how, if you look at that team, the team with Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Roberto Pires, James Lehmann, all of them, and then you look at the team today, how many stars do you see on that team, and how many stars do you see today? You only see, what, Sanchez is the only main star? I mean, the closest to the Invincibles today, as of the start of the season, is Manchester United. Now, I'm not saying they are the Invincibles, they are close to the Invincibles. They're the closest thing to the Invincibles. Because, well, come on, you can't deny that they're not close to the Invincibles when when they have a perfect record to begin the season. I mean, anyone can have a perfect record, obviously, but to start their first 3 games. But if it continues like that, it's hard to say that they might be able to possibly be the next invincible team, the next dynasty of the Premier League, and the next, when develop the biggest super team to be ever formed in football history. So that's why you look at how Manchester United, like, you just need to compare Arsenal to how other teams are doing. Man City practically bought half of Arsenal's players. Sure, they weren't really the best of players, like Nasri, Banya, Clichy, but for Arsenal, there were important role players that really helped them on the defensive end and whatnot. I mean, it's just with this, I don't know. This sounds like a rant, and I know it is. It's because I don't know what I could say. I mean, Arsene Wenger really, he has faith on aging Theo Walcott, who is definitely out of his prime and is nowhere near a Thierry Henry. You've got a Giroud, who's there. Lacazette's another star, but he's not getting any chances. I mean, he got substituted out of their game against Stoke when they were when they lost 1-0, and he was like their best chance of them scoring. So yeah, you never know. It's going to be tough for Arsene Wenger, and I don't think they're going to be winning, because remember what I said, they got the same points last season as any other season, and they finished outside the top 4 for the first time since the Premier League's conception in 1992. No, since Arsene Wenger's appointment back in 1996, I believe it was, because they celebrated 20th anniversary recently. So it's sad really to see an old man who won't let go of his philosophy of building young stars. That won't work today. Then you've got teams like Manchester United destroying teams, Chelsea, if they can get Diego Costa back, for them playing, destroying teams, Tottenham always destroying teams with Harry Kane. And I don't know what I could say. It's more, this video is more of a rant of anything else. As I end this video, we hope that Arsene Wenger retires for the sake of all the Arsenal YouTubers out there, because I know there are quite a few Arsenal YouTubers, for all the Arsenal fans. Honestly, just Arsenal fans, all you can do is just pray and hope he does something incredible that will make Arsenal second place. Because at the rate Man U were going, no, not even second, third place. Because at the rate Man U and Tottenham are going at, it's probably not going to be likely to break the top 2. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a really weird video. I'm low on content when it comes to football so far. I mean, it's been the international break. I'm hoping something interesting will happen once the international break comes back. But until then, until the Premier League comes back, not international break. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't, well, because you're an Arsenal fan, right? Upset, and now reminiscing about 2004 or whatever. Then, well, write in the comment section down below. Tell the world how you feel. Okay, and yeah, if you like this video, then well, subscribe. And if you don't like football, then you can always like the NBA content that I produce. But for future reference, I might say English football. I know that'll probably come up. I do tend to say English football quite a bit, only because I might have American viewers, and I know American viewers are very passionate American football fans, so I just want to clear that up, and I don't feel comfortable saying soccer. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.